Hey guys, sorry it's been so long. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I know plenty of you guys have been waiting for this moment, but I'm going to be reviewing some Simply Ginger products. The first one, you have to shake it, but it's this magnesium oil. I am currently 30 weeks pregnant and I suffer with restless leg syndrome so badly, but this stuff allows me to sleep. I just spray it on the bottom of my feet because that's the fastest way to absorb into your body, and this ends all that jerking and allows me to sleep. There are so many benefits of magnesium. I've heard it's good for postpartum and it helps with postpartum depression. Plus I suffer with low blood pressure, so magnesium is like a must. I think this is one of the items that I might just constantly always have. I am halfway finished with this. So magnesium spray, and this one is in the scent Sweet Orange. You can get it unscented, and there are other scents. So 10 out of 10 recommend this. Next, I'm going to be getting into the salves. I have two of the Franken Elder salves. This one's a little bit bigger of a container than my other ones. It's also a lot more beat up because I've had it longer. The Franken Elder salve, I use it to keep bugs away, honestly. It's nice and creamy. And I use this before going outside with my husband to forage. And this keeps me from getting bit by ticks. But it's also anti-inflammatory. And it's also very, very, very good on little diaper rashes. So this has saved my daughter's bum a few times, which is why I have more than one container. The next one I have is the lavender salve. And this one, I just love the scent. I love lavender. I will use this right here and here before bed to help me fall asleep. It's also great for bites. I use it on my daughter's mosquito bites. She's actually highly allergic to mosquitoes, and this helps prevent it from getting really bad. And then my favorite, these two actually are both my favorite. Actually, I love them all, but like these are like top. And I keep this in my purse because I use it a lot. This is the plantain salve, and I used this to heal brown recluse bites. I also had a cold sore for the longest time. It's still kind of like red, but it's flat and it doesn't hurt or bother me anymore. I used this on that. But about the spider bites. So my husband was cleaning out the basement and all the brown recluse decided to come up from cleaning out the basement. And it was not a fun week. My husband got bit twice and my daughter got bit once. However, I saw my daughter get bit and I killed it immediately, and I started treating it immediately. The first thing I did with all their spider bites when I saw them is I put a cut piece of garlic clove on them. And then while that sat, I started doing research because I have been bit by a brown recluse before, but it was my first time dealing with it, like with a brown recluse bite. My mom has been bitten before and it got bad, but like dealing it with it myself, because my dad helped my mom, like I wasn't a part of the healing process, having to like do it all on my own, I was freaking out. So I did go to the hospital for my brown recluse bite. My mom is too far away and I didn't know what to do. So plus I really just didn't want to deal with the pain and I was scared. And so all they did though was give me oral antibiotics. Nothing for the itch, nothing for the pain, just oral antibiotics. And it worked, it went away, but it was super itchy. It wasn't a painful bite. I got bit on the leg. It did not hurt. I did see the spider and I took a picture to prove to the hospital that it was a brown recluse, because they want to verify that it is a brown recluse. For some reason, people mistake brown recluse with wolf spiders. I don't get mistaking them. I like wolf spiders, hate brown recluse, but I don't want any of them in my house. The only spider I like are the jumping spiders, and then I know they're not technically called banana spiders, but they're the beautiful black and yellow big ones that make the lightning in the middle of their web. Love them. But anyways, I was like, if that's the only thing the hospital's gonna do is give me antibiotics and do that for them, I'm sure I could do more, because like they didn't give me anything topically to help with the pain and the itching, which the initial bite did not hurt. I didn't feel it. The first pain that I felt was the itching and the burning. It wasn't until like at least 30 minutes had gone by that it started to feel really bad, and my leg felt like it was pulsing, and it was just not good. And that was on the way to the hospital that it felt like that. Once I got the antibiotics in, I still felt the pain, but it didn't relieve the pain. So I was like, what can I do to help? And the only reason I thought of the garlic is because growing up, when I got stung by a wasp, my grandma put open garlic on, and it helped draw that sting out. So I did that first, and then while that was sitting, I did research. And I discovered plantain, and I'm like, I have plantain. Not only do I have this salve, but I have tons growing in my yard. So I rubbed some of this on it. I didn't want the garlic to sit on too long because it does kind of burn a little bit, especially if you have sensitive skin. And so I didn't take a picture at how bad they got. I only started taking pictures after I started treating, only because I didn't know if this was gonna work. I didn't think I'd be able to document it. I had a plan to go to the hospital if it got bad. If it started looking like it was bruising or decaying, we were gonna go to the ER. So I wasn't gonna just rely on myself, not knowing if it would work or not. But it was worth a shot, and it saved us tons of money because we did not have to go to the hospital. So I used the plantain salve, and then I went into my backyard and I grabbed some plantain leaves. I put water on them to kind of soften them, and I let it soak in a little bit of water to kind of like get it all wet and the juices, I wanted the juice, but I didn't want to strain it. I still used the leaves to hold all that juice. I'm not really sure how that worked. I kept applying this. I did it every single morning and every single night. But at night, I would apply one of the soaked plantain leaves, just put it on, and then cover a Band-Aid on top of it to hold it in place. And that was all I did. And then my husband's, though, he didn't tell me about his until 2 days later, because he didn't realize that he was bit. He was just like, I was just itchy. And I'm just like, really? His got really bad, and I was afraid for him that we would have to go to the hospital. But once I saw it, I took immediate action, and it started getting better. His did bother him a lot more, and since it swelled up so big, I only used the plantain on the actual bite site, and then anything around the Band-Aid that wasn't covered by the Band-Aid and that was swollen, I would take the lavender and I would use that to help with the itching. And it took, my daughter's bite healed within a day. I was very, very, very shocked. It didn't ever bother her, and I think it's because I treated it immediately. I still applied the plantain salve a few days after it was healed. Like, it was flat and it wasn't bothering her. It wasn't getting worse. It was just basically skin repairing the bite site. It wasn't like infected or anything. So kind of like a scab, only it wasn't a scab, but it was just there. So I kept applying this until her skin looked normal, just to help with the healing process. My husband's bite took a week to heal, but the first 3 days was the worst. I did get scared, but and that the first 3 days after starting treatment, I should say, because he didn't tell me about it until 2 days later, but completely healed it. And then what I did to get rid of the brown recluse out of my house is I took some vinegar and some peppermint oil and I mopped the floors with that. And I used it as a room spray as well and sprayed the walls and haven't seen one since. Very scary. Did not want to go through that situation, but I recommend all these products. The plantain stays in my purse. I use it all the time. All the time. So you just never know. Check out her site. I'm going to link everything down below, and you guys have a good night.